Simon Harms had an unusual start to life as a trainer. He was a regular punter whose love of greyhound racing has led to a complete change in lifestyle for him and his family, particularly his young son, Logan.
As a punter, as a gambler to start with, I think as we all started, having a little bet. That was down at Portsmouth back in the days when Tipman was going, and sort of it went from there. So we've always been interested in greyhound racing. You were probably 4 or 5 at the time, and he was concentrating a little bit more than I thought he was.
You had no chance of escaping a career in greyhound racing, but there's a big difference going from punter to all this, and there's one dog in particular that's pretty instrumental in making that happen.
Yeah, Cash and Matty. I mean, Cash and Matty, which he was our first. He was the dog that changed it. Not our first, we had dogs obviously with other kennels at the time. We've been owners for quite a few years, and sort of, Cash and Matty, he was a nervous dog. He didn't really shine when he was a pup, and he didn't do what he could do for the other owners, not myself. And we sort of got a chance to acquire him, and we brought him back home for a few months just to try and settle him down, because he was just a bit nervous, and I kind of never really wanted him to go again. So it was kind of that was the route in making us get on and get our licence. And at that time we promised the wife we'd only have 6 dogs, and that was when we got the licence for 6 dogs. And so it kind of ballooned from there. And it was a little white lie.
So Logan, you've been greyhound racing from a very, very young age. Have you always enjoyed it?
Yeah, because I enjoyed it because when you see dogs run, it's what they are bred for, it's what they're meant to do. So it's what they want to do. So it's not like if you're making them do it. It's like they want to do that. So, and I quite like it. I quite like that.
So then your dad's put in a lot of work here to build what you've got. There's a lot of really good facilities here. Do you think he's done a good job?
Very good job. Very good job. I have to say that mainly because I also helped him. so yeah, good job.
And what's really interested me about being here today, Simon, is the way you do things and the way you see that the dogs should be looked after, trained. Tell us a bit about what you think is important.
The dogs have got to be happy, no matter what you do. It's a old cliche, and everyone says about a dog being happy. But I think if you're in the right place in your mind, then the dog's in the right place in their mind, and you've got to be at one with them, really. And I think the whole family orientation is good on that. I like to give the dogs a chance to have outside pens, as you've seen today, so they can come in, they can go out at their own free will, not when you're sending them out to go to the toilet and things like that.
You have got facilities here to help you along the way with all that, though. You've got a nice big paddock, haven't you? And a lot of your dogs like to play. Do you think that's good for them?
Yeah, because it means they're happy and they're still getting exercise while they're doing it, but they're making it's happier in their head. It's making them happy and it's stimulating their head to think so they're happy, so they'll hopefully run faster.
They get fed some pretty good food that your mum cooks up as well, don't they?
Yeah, well, we make a vegetable soup and put that with the mince, so all of our dogs get all of the vitamins they need and all that. And they can't. It's not like they can take it out of their food since we've made it into a soup and stuff like that. So the food side's a really important side, and I think we're doing well with that.
The swimming pool as well, Simon. Not too many small trainers, if you like, would have a facility like that. It's a stunning pool that you've put in there. How good do you think that is? How beneficial for the dogs?
It's good for the training. Obviously, everyone knows what pools are good for when you've got dogs that are on long layoffs and they're sort of confined to lead walking. Then the pool's brilliant because it's not putting the strain on the muscles, so you're keeping the dog physically ticking over. I always wanted to build a pool. I wanted to make sure that even though we only had 5 dogs or 20 dogs or 25 dogs, I wanted to make sure that we had whatever that dog needed. So although we are small, we've got the best laser machine, we've got the best physiotherapy stuff, we've got the ultrasounds, we've got the pools, we've got the mag boxes, we've got the solarium. If one of your dogs needs something, it needs it. The fact that it's in a little kennel shouldn't be at a disadvantage. And
so the dogs come out of the pool, Logan, they get rubbed down, and then where do you put them?
In the solarium.
I don't think I've ever seen a solarium at a greyhound kennel. Do you know that?
No, I don't.
You've never been to our greyhound kennel?
like they said, you said it was like a spa when you saw the solarium, and that's what they said. That's what they said when I got interviewed the first time on Golden Sprint final night. They said it sounds like a spa, if I'm correct in saying, in the studio. It is a spa.
And then your dad's built a nice wooden sort of walkway as well, which makes it pretty easy for you to do one of the parts of the job you really love, which is massaging the dogs.
Yeah, it was mainly built on because he'd come back and he said Romford have this thing where they check all the dogs over, and it's easier for me. If I put them up there, I can check their feet a lot easier, I can check all their legs a lot easier, and I can concentrate more on the lower parts where I couldn't usually get to. And it was a lot harder for me to massage and get right.
So Logan picks out the dogs. You make these regular trips over to Ireland with plenty of cash in your pocket, I'm guessing. But perhaps the way forward is actually sitting behind us here at another block that you've got here that you may well convert so you can start doing some British breeding.
Yeah, the wife's very keen on breeding. Can see the shovel coming out again, and maybe the cement mixers, going to get wound up again.
What's your ambition, Logan? What do you want to achieve with your dad in greyhound racing?
I wanted to even be known for open race dogs, and I want to know for how good the dogs look when they're parading, and that. So I wanted so they have the shiny coats and when they're on TV. So that's why I wanted to achieve, and obviously it would be lovely if we won a big competition like the St Ledger, like the Derby, like a big Category 1 final. But we just want to be known for the welfare of the dogs.
Obviously, when this goes out, I think people are going to be impressed by your facilities, but you're very much trying to attract a certain standard of dog into this kennel, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. We are. We'll take dogs in, and we've been open to most people. And like I say, if the dog's going to complement the kennel and it's going to take us forward where we want to be, then of course we'll look at bringing them in. But it sounds arrogant if you just want open dogs. But because we don't want to get larger, financially, it's the only way forward. You can't have 25 A5 dogs that are running for £25 a week, and that's when they're fit, because you can't pay for everything and keep everything on an even kill like that. And you don't want to be forced into a corner like a lot of trainers where it's a numbers game. So really the open class route is the only way to go forward. And I'd love to have a 50-50 split where we've got young dogs coming through in the graded company and then making the step up, and maybe if they don't quite make the grade, then they'll serve a purpose and complement another kennel which does specialise in the graded company.
The pressure's on you then, Logan. You're finding all these dogs for your dad. You've got to find some big competition prize money winners.
Yeah, I do, but I can't. We can't pay big competition money from the sound of it. So
you've got a job on your hands.
Yes, quite a big one now. Yeah, as long as the dogs are happy and somehow they run to if they run to their best ability, whether it's in our kennel or somebody else's, that's all that matters.